Well, good morning from the Red Brick House. Man, I feel like I was run over by a truck. We left out of here about midnight last night. That made for a long, long day, but I think it was a good one. Getting the hot water heater on. I see Jed is here, getting ready to mix up some tile mortar to put down the tile floor. And we're going to go see if our um, plaster, good morning, Jed.
Good morning.
See if our plaster fell off the walls. Let's hope it didn't. Things that we want to try and accomplish today. I've actually got to do some work over on some of the other places. I want to get this shelf and stuff varnished. I want to get the other one put together over in there. I would love to get the vanity put together. Get the vanity put together on the for the upstairs, and do some more of the plastering. So those are some of the things that we have for goals today. Let me set down these wood biscuits. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and just continue to keep busting a hump. I'm curious to see how well it looks this morning. Oh wow. I'm going to wet the walls down some more. It's still on there. Now, I did what I didn't do like over in here. I went back over because a lot of times I've been doing this and it's like the last day and I'm going back home and I don't have much time. And I didn't go back over it with the wood trowel. Now, I went back over with the wood trowel and flattened this up, and so you can see that this has got a sand texture on it. And it's pretty flat. I get to build up the corners a little bit more, but that looks good. That is, how much plaster is that? That's one of the 5-gallon buckets of the lime putty that I made and 3 buckets of sand. So I have enough to do right now 3 more of those. So I'm definitely going to need to get more lime and sand to go. But it would be nice to at least get, if I could at least get to this window over here later on today, because I'm old. I'm old and my hand is killing me today. It's hard to close it. So doing that continuously, my body's just not in the shape to do this on a regular. But if I could at least get this evened out in here, get this section and maybe to the end of the window done today, and then tomorrow do some more of that, that would be great, because it definitely looks 100 times better, oh my goodness, than it did before. And I know everybody's been bothered about that spot. The reason why we didn't close up that spot is that was a hole in the chimney, and we put the bricks in here and cemented up. It's sealed up good, but if the bricks aren't wet, and this is where you need to hose it down, and we're going to wet the walls down here before I go out and run and do some other things, then you don't have the suction of the plaster that will hold it in place. So we'll wet that down and try and see if we can get at least the rest of this back section of the house done. But major improvement for sure. All right, wet these walls down and get to work. Well, we've got a good start this morning. I've got a second coat of varnish on the other side of that shelf. It should dry out actually pretty quickly. Now we've got the air circulating in here real good. I've got the second shelf here glued up, and this afternoon I'll be able to sand that, and we'll see if we can actually get them in place over there in the kitchen. And man, do I love this kitchen. I love this kitchen. I do have a lot of trim work, and I may do some of that trim work after I do some of the plastering, give my hands a break, go through getting trim around the door in here done. And there's 2 windows upstairs, and I need to get the AC vent covers up in place so that way I can balance it out a little bit better. But always a good day here. I got Jet is working on the bathroom. He's here, started early this morning, and let's take a look and see how he's doing with that first thing. And of course, my beautiful bride working on the windows. And let's see. Oh, that's gonna look good.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna look nice.
Just get the rest of these cuts, and then it'll start. The rest is gonna fly.
All right.
One more big cut.
So it'll be another big day. I think I have some drywall over at my garage. We'll bring some drywall and close this up here because that's gonna become a closet. And just keep pounding away at it. That's what we do here. And we'll probably do a live stream later on when we're working on plastering the walls. And I know how much you guys want to see that closed. I might tease y'all a little bit. Just leave it open. What do you think, baby? No? No. I actually feel really good about how flat this is. This is really looking pretty good. Now I'm kind of wanting to see this mantle stripped. Hey, stripper. Bow chicka bow wow. I'm in love with my stripper. So we're working, or my wife is working on getting the windows and stuff painted up. I had originally taken these sashes out like 6 years ago and had to rebuild part of them because they had rotted out. So since we were pulling off the trim and things, one of the window weights stopped working over here, so we're replacing it. Now, these windows aren't, of course, really energy efficient, but especially when you have a broken glass. But I want to keep the look of them. It is single pane glass, but what we're going to do is we're actually going to put felt around it, a felt strip that'll help to keep any of the air flowing through. But it'll be okay. But check this out. This is, if you ever have to work on one, this is actually the window weight itself. And there's a little door that slides in there just like that. You see the two little finish nails that catch right there? That piece goes on here, and here is the screw that holds it in. Very simple, very basic, but it works. And we're gonna go ahead and put the weight back in here. We'll get it the window so that way the knot will be right about here. So when you end up releasing or pulling it, it'll end up using the weight to hold it up because the windows are very, very heavy. Yeah, old ass windows that still will work. Oh, wasn't recording. Okay, so we got our window weight and stuff in here. Now check this out. Now we don't have the other stop molding on here which will hold in place, but look how it's perfectly balanced. Now once we put the weight back in here, the trim back in here, it'll go. But we're gonna wait before we do that. We're gonna let her paint the window and let it dry before we put it in there. And we'll get some silicone spray and spray the wood tracks in there so that way it'll slide easier. And we'll get one of the little felt trim pieces that'll go right beside it, which will help to seal it up more. And later I'll go out there and change that glass in the window. All right, time to get some other stuff done.